This is Shred, and today we're going to talk about how to improvise for boobs. I mean, noobs. Come on, Shred. In a moment, we'll begin our evil journey through the 5 levels of improvisation, starting with free play, all the way to navigating through complex chord changes. Scales, arpeggios, and music theory will be the tools we use to navigate through this challenging yet rewarding topic. What do you think of that, death metal pig? Oh, and I almost forgot. If you really want to become an improv god, you gotta sell your soul to the Lord of Darkness. Sign your name in blood on my Patreon page. This will give you access to hundreds of lessons, all the tabs for this video, my Scale Bible, music theory course, and much more. I'm so hungry for souls. Now first off, what the f is improvisation? Improvisation isn't spawning brand new ideas on the fly you've never played before like a golden god.
Kill yourself.
That's a common misconception. It's more like knowing when and where to play your pre-learned library of licks. Now sometimes people do play things they've never played before while improvising, but that's a small percentage of what you're hearing. So grab your axe and let's talk about level 1. Level 1 is free play, which is exactly what it sounds like. You don't have to worry about keys or rhythm here, anything goes. It's very important that you don't judge yourself during this exercise. Allow your creativity to surface and connect with each note you play. Any feedback, D-metal pig? Why is he so hard to impress? It's time to introduce a degree of structure to the mix. First, we'll be playing over an A pedal tone. A pedal tone is just a repeating drone. To play along with the drone, we'll learn every guitarist's first scale. The A minor flat 69 sharp scale. I mean, the A minor pentatonic scale. Randomly draw from these 5 magical notes and really listen to how they interact with the pedal tone. A priceless performance, Shred. See, the secret is you gotta be your own biggest fan. Now let's move on to the second level of improvisation. Level 2 of improvisation is learning how to play over a static chord. This takes a little bit of music theory, but not much. All you have to know is what notes are in the chord. We'll be using an A minor chord, which contains the notes A, C, and E, spelling the word ace. As in, are you an improv ace? Now instead of repping scales, let's try using arpeggios. Arpeggios are the notes of a chord played separately. This allows us to reflect the specific notes in the A minor chord. Level 3 of improvisation is playing over changing chords. No more spacing out for long periods of time. This takes a little bit more mental discipline. We're going to use the chords A minor, D minor, back to A minor, and then F. F stands for I'm going to use the cage system to generate arpeggio patterns that satiate my evil heart's desires. Now let's check out these specific arpeggios that I used. We've got an A minor triad using the C form of the cage system, which is based on the C major chord in first position. Then I jump to a D minor chord using the E form. Based on the open E chord. Next we have an A minor using the A form. And finally an F major chord using the E form. F stands for Anything to add, Metal Pig? Maybe I should just give up and die. I'm gonna hire Death Metal Walrus to spam your DMs. Now you could just get away with using the A minor pentatonic scale here. However, you're going to be able to manipulate people's heartstrings more effectively if you play to the chords. One way you can play to the chords is by pairing the appropriate mode with each chord change. For example, use the A minor scale over the A minor chord. The D Dorian scale can be used over the D minor chord. And the F Lydian scale over the F major chord. The fourth level of improv is playing over out-of-key chords. An out-of-key chord is a chord that doesn't fit inside the key signature. For example, in the key of A minor, the chords are A minor, B diminished, C, D minor, E minor, F, and G. Any chord you play that isn't one of those 7 would be considered out of key. For example, a B major chord is not in the key of A minor. By the way, B stands for Anyone can get away with some stock pentatonic licks over a diatonic or within the key progression, but you'll crash and burn immediately if you can't navigate outside the key. Fortunately, it's not that difficult. All you have to do is follow the notes within the chords. Apply the right scales and arpeggios and it'll sound smooth AF. Now the final level of improvising is the most challenging. This is where you use music theory to improvise composition on the fly. Rick Graham comes to mind here. Perhaps you've seen him on Instagram. Sometimes I can tell he's improvising, but he's also constructing a rich harmonic progression that could be a song. It takes quite a bit of music theory knowledge to do this smoothly, especially if you're using chromaticism. To begin, I'm going to use 2-chord modal progressions to improvise material that you might use in a song. Another approach you could try is to connect distantly related chords with common tones. If you're able to master this concept of composing on the fly, you win at life. Just imagine back in the day, Bach used to improvise 4-part fugues. Breaks my Viking brain just thinking about it. Being able to improvise is like speaking a language fluently. It's a tool that gives musicians more power to communicate. I would also argue it's one of the purest forms of meditation. When you're really locked into the music you're making in that moment, nothing else matters. Now, how about everything else matters? 100% of your concentration is being channeled into a single activity when you improvise. And this induces a very Zen-like state. Grab the tabs for this lesson on Patreon. I'm so hungry for your soul. Don't forget about my Scale Bible and Chord Bible, link in description below. And until next time, stay evil.